10 Tell us back with the Playing with Fire movie review. In case you know who is the lead actor in this. Yes. Since we don't know John Cena is around that much, it's now around for the month of September, and we don't know we don't know earlier this month, Payback 2023, attended that show. He was the host of that show. So I was like, why not talk about one of his movies in this? So yeah. Now we're gonna get to some spooky Halloween movie reviews, and there's not gonna be no horror movies to talk about here. It's gonna be some fun little like Halloweeny movies that we're gonna talk about for the month of October. But after Bash to the Beach 2000, I'll talk about on the secondary channel. That is, I'll talk about what the Halloween Havocs are going to be at that video. Okay, that'll be Thursday. So here we go with that. The release date, by the way, November 8th, 2019, in the United States. Just gonna talk about that. Yeah, 2019 was not the best year in wrestling. It was a terrible year in wrestling, honestly. But we're not gonna talk about that. Anyways, let's talk about the plot of this. So anyways, John Cena is the commanding officer of a group of smoking shamans in the remote California woodland, and Cena has in a crisis and taking the tremendous pride in his working, diving into the dangerous and solution to rescuing citizens alongside his team Mark Rogers, Rodeo Torres, and Axe. After rescuing 3 children from a burning cabin, Cena is yeah, I'm just gonna say that because yeah, I said so. Is contracted by Division's Corcoran Richards. Richards praises his work and shortlists him to be replacing Cena's dream job. Rogers warns Cena they are sponsoring of the children's welfare. 15-year-old Brandon, 10-year-old Will, and 3-year-old, later 4-year-old Zoe, under the safe haven laws, requiring law enforcement and first were prior to care of children until they are released from prison or guarding. He leaves voicemails for the children's mother, who texted back saying they are on their way. Cena's attempt to complete his operation for Division Commander and are underrun by the children running haywire around the station, and arrive of his ex-local advisor, Dr. Amy Hacks, who proposed the smoking jar, taking water from entering host cabin to fight fire. She refused Cena's attempt to overload the children onto her. Despite the mayhem, the rest of the smoke jumpers, that's what it is, begin to bond with the children. Towards Zoe warns up to the British Axe and toasts Torres, which will how negated dangerous situations. Brian pays lip service to Rogers, a minute of crimson, then stages an escape on the station ATV, spilling oil and splashing tires to prevent chasing. Cena catches them by off the road. A little girl's bike can burn the children on a dirty road. Yeah. Will propose Brian to Adem. They are operating on the run from foster care. Avoid their splintering the text message where from Brian himself grew camp or Cena from camp at proposed to hell off calling child services until after Zoe's 4th birthday in 2 days. The group go all out, propose Zoe's birthday, and 4 smoke jumpers by parents for Brian and Will, or Cena and Will, rather, as well. Carson then tells Will a bedtime story about a Yeti who was married in his job, had a son, and then died on the job because he was discovered by having a family. Cena and Hex are both tortured by the tiny village story of Rizzle. Yeah. The overboard birthday party is interrupted by the unexpected arrival of Richards and child services. The children flee in Richards' car, running off the road again. In the seatbelt, Charlton propels down to rescue them, or Cena approaches down to rescue them. Then, and with Will help the free Brian from the car and rolls off the cliff. And then back at the station, Hex and the other smoke jumpers bid an emotional farewell to the children. Richards tells Cena that that family can be source of support and that there is more to life than working at Inspiration. Cena refused to release the children to child services until the safe haven laws and propose a plan to adopt all 3 of them. Sometime later, Cena gets married, and with the smoke jumpers, they approach children in attendance. So yeah, it was John Cena who was that. Yeah, I know it was a short video, but we're gonna talk about something else. This was a funny movie, and Cena did play the role well. I give it an A. So yeah, next we're due in October. So means Saturday I'm gonna have to do Mortal Kombat 10, and then it's off to the Halloween spirit of October. Meaning there's gonna be some random Halloweenish movies. I hadn't talked about Scooby-Doo for the movie side in a year since the Cyber Chase, the movie that is, not the video game. I already talked about the video game. What happens if he goes to a zombie island? And yes, this is a VHS, by the way. Yes, you can tell this is a VHS. So we're going to talk about Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Boy, this movie 25 years later is still one of the creepy Scooby-Doo movies I ever seen. In a good way. It's like SpongeBob Creature from the Krusty whatever it is. So Thursday, by the way, I'll do on my secondary channel, WCW Bash at the Beach 2000, and I'll tell you what the 4 Halloween habits we're gonna talk about, because October season, Halloween. So we'll get to that. Like this, comment, and subscribe to both my channels and there. I will do the top 10 worst WWE pay-per-views ever. I'll do the best as well in that video also. Bye. And I will rank the TNA pay-per-views also. I've been delaying it for a long, but we'll do it. Bye.